Today I'm showing you guys the best jump shots for every build in Season 8 in 2K24. I shot almost 70% from 3 in Season 7, and I also had a 95 win percent, so you can trust me. And if you have a great jump shot, feel free to comment yours and help out others watching the video. Alright guys, so for the first two jump shots I'm going to be showing you guys in today's video are for builds that are 6'4" and shorter, okay? Now for this first jump shot, the lower base is going to be Patrick Mills, aka Patty Mills, the fastest and best base in 2K24. Upper release 1 is going to be Oscar Robertson. Upper release 2 is going to be Colin Sexton. You're going to want to go with the fastest speed possible. The animation blending is going to be Oscar Robertson 90% and 10% Colin Sexton. Now to be honest, to unlock the Patrick Mills base, you have to be starter 3 in the park. So if you're not starter 3, you might as well grind for it. It's one of the best bases. I'm not gonna lie, it actually is the best and the fastest, smoothest base in the game in NBA 2K24. So if you're 6'4" and under and you're looking for a quick jumper, it's definitely the one to go with. But if you guys just got the game, you're not trying to grind rep, don't worry, go ahead and take a look at the second jump shot. Now for the Patty Mills base, like I said, man, it is the fastest jump shot, fastest base in the game. As you guys know, if you don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and inform you, any builds that are 6'4" and shorter in this game, it's very easy to get contested by like any lockdowns or really any builds. To be honest, it's very contestable, any jump shot. So the Patty Mills base is so fast and it's gonna make it to the point to where it's basically uncontestable. I also recommend using the release visual cue on this build for jump shots with the Patty Mills base. Okay, so release is the slowest, technically the slowest time, you hold it the longest, but I think release is really good with the Patty Mills base, simply because the Patrick Mills base is so fast. But this is the first jump shot. It's really good, it's really smooth. I highly recommend putting this on. And Oscar Robertson release and Colin Sexton release is very good as well. It's very smooth, one motion, and that's really what we want in a jump shot in 2K24. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the second jump shot for builds that are 6'4" and shorter. Now you guys know all my builds will get you nothing but W's on 2K, and I've also been taking a lot of W's on Spades Plus. Shout out to Spades Plus for sponsoring today's video. Spades Plus is a free-to-play multiplayer game on the App Store. The cool thing about Spades Plus is that you can play against friends and family, or you can compete against anyone online in the world. Either way, you're gonna have a blast. You can also enter online events and compete to win amazing prizes to help level up your account. Now, personally, my favorite mode is Classic Spades. I'm a simple guy and I like the classic mode. But there's multiple fun modes that you guys would definitely enjoy playing. And there's also lots of fun mini games in the Lucky Haul that will give you guys some great rewards. My favorite thing about Spades Plus is playing against anyone online. Now, I'm not the best at spades, but playing online is definitely helping me improve my skill, and at the same time, I'm still having a lot of fun. So make sure you guys click the first link in the description, click the link in the pinned comment, or you guys could even scan the QR code on the screen and get 10,000 coins added to your Spades Plus account. So make sure you guys download Spades Plus. Again, shout out to Spades Plus for sponsoring today's video. Now, this is one of my favorite jump shots for builds that are 6'4" and shorter, and I accidentally lied to you guys, my bad. The base is still Patrick Mills, but if you aren't starter 3, I would definitely look into using Steph Curry. It's not as fast, but it's just as smooth and it's one motion. So if you guys want to replace the Patty Mills base with Steph Curry, feel free to do that. It's really good. So like I said, on this jump shot, I am using Patty Mills. Upper release 1 is going to be Oscar Robertson. You guys are going to see that. It's a very common release in my jump shots throughout the video because it's just so smooth. I even use it on my 6'6" builds as well. But anyways, upper release 1 is Oscar Robertson, and upper release 2 is going to be Trey Jones. Okay, now obviously on a 6'4" build, we're going to be going with the fastest speed possible, and the animation blending is going to be 60% Oscar Robertson and 40% Trey Jones. Okay, now I will say with this jump shot, it's something about the Trey Jones release that kind of slows down the jump shot a little bit. Okay, so if you guys are looking for a slower jumper, if you have a build that's 6'4" and shorter, this is definitely the one to rock with. Like I said, man, feel free to use Steph Curry base if you don't get Patty Mills, but this jumper's smooth, it's one motion, that's really what you're looking for. But like I said, the Patty Mills base is one of the smoothest jump shots in 2K24. It's so fun whenever you're doing L2 canceling, you know, you're just doing normal LeBron step backs, John Wall snatchbacks. It's so easy to green out of. But in my opinion, these two jump shots are the best jumpers for builds that are 6'4" and shorter and 2K24. But if you feel like you got a better jump shot than me, comment down below your jump shot, go into detail, go into the blending, and let people know your 3-point percentage. Comment down below. Now let's go ahead and hop into the best jump shots for builds that are 6'6" to 6'9". All right, so now I'm going to be showing you guys the best jump shots for builds that are 6'5" to 6'9". So if you are anywhere in that category, these are the best jumpers for your build. And it doesn't even matter if you're a guard, doesn't matter if you're a spot up popper. I definitely recommend using these jump shots. Okay, now this jump shot I'm showing you guys right here, I've been rocking for about 3 to 4 seasons now. The lower base is Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady is by far the smoothest, and just, I don't know, it's just like butter, man. It's so smooth and it's easy to time. It's not too fast, it's not too slow, and it's statistically one of the biggest green window jump shots in 2K24. All right, so release 1, we're going to be going Sadiq Bey, and of course upper release 2, we're going to be rocking with Oscar Robertson. It's very smooth, one motion, and I definitely recommend equipping it. Now the speed is going to be the fastest speed possible. We're going 70% Sadiq Bey and 30% Oscar Robertson. Now like I said, man, I've been using this jump shot for about 3 to 4 seasons now. So out of any of the jump shots that I'm vouching for the hardest in this video is definitely this one. I mainly play on a 6'6" or my 6'7" builds in 2K24. Those are my 2 favorite ones, and I shoot almost 70% from 3 every single season. So this jump shot is definitely the one to rock with. Now for these types of builds, 6'6" builds and up, I definitely recommend using the push visual cue. It's the easiest to time. I literally just released the ball when it's at the top of my head. So that's my like visual cue, my actual visual cue when I'm looking and playing the game. I just released the ball when the ball's at the top of my head, and that is the easiest to time in my opinion. Is a big green window and you will go insane. But now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my second favorite jump shot for builds that are 6'5" to 6'9". So let's go ahead and hop into it. All right guys, so for my second favorite jump shot for builds that are 6'5" to 6'9", this is the one I'm rocking with. The lower base, we're going to be going with Ben Shepherd. Okay, I love the Ben Shepherd base. I'm not gonna lie, it's criminally underrated. No one really talks about it too much, and I don't even think it requires a high mid-range or 3-point rating. Okay, the Ben Shepherd base, the best way to describe it is like another T-Mac. Okay, another T-Mac. It's basically the same exact speed, and honestly it's all preference, man. If you really like the T-Mac base, I would definitely recommend going with that. But if you don't like the way T-Mac looks, I would just rock with Ben Shepherd. Okay, now of course for the first upper release, we're going with Oscar Robertson, and we're going with Sadiq Bey for release 2. Now for the release speed, like all my jump shots, we're going with the fastest speed possible, and the animation blending, we're going 71% Oscar and 29% Sadiq Bey. Now, like I said, the Ben Shepherd base is criminally underrated. It's so nice for builds that are spotting up, or if you're a guard, you like to dribble, shoot off a dribble, you know, mid-range fade, front fade, any of those, man. I'm telling you, man, I promise you that the Ben Shepherd base works wonders. And like I said, for the last jump shot, it doesn't matter if I'm using Tracy McGrady or if I'm using Ben Shepherd. I am going to be rocking with the push visual cue. Just like the Tracy McGrady jump shot, I release the ball when the ball is at the top of my head. It's the easiest of time, and I promise you, man, it is going to increase your 3-point percentage at least about 15 to 20%. I promise. If you equip any of these jump shots of the builds that you use, I promise you that you will be shooting 10 times better in 2K24. But for the people that normally use Ben Shepherd base, and you really like the jump shot, but you use different releases, feel free to comment down below the actual, you know, Ben Shepherd base that you use. But in general, anybody, comment down below if you think you have a better jumper on builds that are 6'5" to 6'9". Comment down below to help out others. But let's go ahead and move on to the big man jump shots. All right, man, now it's time to show my big men some love for the best jump shots in 2K24. As you guys know, man, builds that are 6'10" or taller, I'm not gonna lie, 2K24 did you guys dirty this year. There's not that many good bases, but I did find some really good ones, and I promise you guys are gonna shoot way better with these jump shots. Now for the first jump shot we're gonna be rocking with, the lower base is gonna be Dwight Powell. It's the most, I don't even know what I'm about to say. It's just the smoothest base for builds that are 6'10" or taller. I promise you, man, it's relatively quick and it's really easy to time. Okay, so for the base, Dwight Powell. Upper release 1, we're going Marquise Chris, and upper release 2, we're going with Tim Duncan. Okay, now the animation blending is going to be 97% Marquise Chris and 3% Tim Duncan. Don't question me why The blending is so weird. I put it on a couple seasons ago, and I can promise you right now that this is the best, one of the best jump shots for builds that are 6'10" or taller. Okay, as you guys know, for builds that are 6'10" or taller, you're not dribbling. This is strictly for spot ups. So you're gonna be able to spot up, and when someone's gonna be dotting you, you're gonna be trustworthy with this jump shot to hit a green, and you're gonna make your teammates happy. But overall, this jump shot is really smooth. Like I said, man, builds that are 6'10" or taller, you really don't have any solid bases this year, but this one is really good. It's pretty quick. Like I said, it's not the fastest. I'm not gonna sit here and cap, but it is smooth enough and it's fast enough to open up your green window. And I promise you, man, using this jump shot, it's gonna increase your 3-point percentage. Let's go ahead and move on to the second jump shot for builds that are 6'10" and taller. All right, so now I'm gonna show you guys my second favorite jump shot for builds that are 6'10" or taller in 2K24. All right, now for the base, we're gonna be rocking with Jonathan Isaac. Like I said, I prefer Dwight Powell, but 2K24 is all about preference, man. And if you don't like Dwight Powell base, then I would definitely recommend using the Jonathan Isaac base. Now, one difference I noticed that's like pretty big, the Jonathan Isaac base shoots the ball so high. It's a high arcing jump shot. So if you're into that, you like the way it looks, it's all a preference, I would definitely recommend using that. Okay, now upper release 1, we're going LaMarcus Aldridge, and upper release 2, we're going with Marquise Chris. Obviously, the release speed, we're going to be rocking with the fastest jump shot speed possible. The jump shot's already slow when you're 6'10" or taller, so you got to be the fastest speed possible. Now the animation blending is going to be 57% LaMarcus Aldridge and 43% Marquise Chris. Okay, now like I said, man, builds that are 6'10" or taller, the jump shots are a little slow, but I promise you, man, the Jonathan Isaac base is, I think it's just as fast as the Dwight Powell, and I think it's just as smooth. And I think, honestly, it's just a preference, and it's up to you, man. No matter what, like I said, builds that are 6'10" or taller, your priority is spotting up and being a trustworthy spot up. And I promise you, man, the Jonathan Isaac base, your green window is going to be huge, and you're going to make your teammates happy and knocking down the majority of your shots. But for all the big men out there that are using builds that are 6'10" or taller, and you shoot a pretty good percentage, comment down below your jump shot to help out others. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also, I want to remind you guys to please download Spades Plus by clicking the first link in the description and the pinned comment by clicking that link, or you guys could even scan the QR code and you will get 10,000 coins on arrival.